Is to the Deputy Premier. Deputy Premier, recently the WSIB made significant changes to its hearing aid program without properly consulting audiologists and WSIB recipients. Before the summer, the Minister of Labour committed to looking at ways to fix the mess the WSIB has created. However, months later, the official opposition is still hearing from patients right across this province who cannot access the hearing aid that works best for them. We've heard stories of individuals limiting their time with loved ones because the hearing aid they are now forced to use is affecting their quality of life and hearing. Deputy Premier, Ontario hearing aid patients are asking you to put them first and reverse the WSIB changes that are not benefiting anyone. Mr. Speaker, I ask the Deputy Premier today, will you act?
Thank you.
Labour. Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the member for that important question. I think a number of us in the chamber have been asked about exactly the same thing, Speaker. And what we need to ensure is that the WSIB is operating in the best interest of workers at all times, Speaker. Exactly. It's an organization that was put in place to ensure that if somebody is hurt on the job, our preference, Speaker, is that the injury does not take place in the first place. We work hard on prevention. Should that injury take place, and Speaker, from time to time those injuries can include hearing loss, we need to ensure that the services that are provided to the worker are services that meet the needs of the worker, Speaker, whether it's a return to work, whether it's a recovery from illness, Speaker. So the information that the member has brought forward was a change in policy at the WSIB. It was an attempt to ensure that the services that are brought forward in terms of hearing aids, Speaker, are the ones that are best to meet the needs of the injured workers, Speaker. We have talked to the WSIB about this. We remain in conversation with them. We hope we can.
Thank you.
We hope we can reach a resolution. I'll address the rest in the supplementary.
Thank you, Speaker. To the Minister of Labour again, just one single audiologist from my riding of Sarnia-Lambton alone has sent over 30 appeals to the WSIB in the last few months. It takes an average of 3 to 6 months to receive an answer. In my riding, I have met with more than a dozen affected constituents and received over 200 handwritten petitions on this issue. I can only imagine how many other patients and constituents are being impacted right across this province. Mr. Speaker, to the Minister, let's do what's right and what's fair and make sure that injured workers in Ontario have access to the hearing aid that they need without further delay. Will the Minister deal with this issue today?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Minister.
Speaker, I appreciate the question from the member, and he and I have had a number of exchanges about health and safety in his own riding. I've always found the member to be very, very sincere. He brings issues to me first. He doesn't try to hijack the House, Speaker, when he brings these things forward. So, Speaker, I'm committed to continue to work on a variety of issues with the WSIB, Speaker, because I know they're brought forward sincerely. In this case, what I think you have, Speaker, is an organization, the WSIB, that thinks it's doing the right thing, that has looked at what exists today in terms of hearing aids that are available to members of the public, to citizens of Ontario that need to avail themselves of the services of the WSIB, and have tried to provide that service in an effective and efficient manner as they possibly could. However, Speaker, you have a number of citizens that think that this is not working for them. I believe that working with a member, we can sort this out and everybody can get what they need at the end of the day.
Thank you.